Hi friends, Katlyn Fledderus here reporting for Canadian Musician magazine. I am here at Canadian Music Week with Luke Austin. How are you doing today?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm fantastic. Thanks so much for coming out.
Thanks for having me.
Did you just get to the festival today, or?
No, well, we're from here, right? So we didn't have to travel too far to get to the festival, but we had the honor of opening the festival with Daniel Lanois at the Horseshoe on the 1st, so that was nice. And tonight we're going to be doing the Scott Weiland show with a bunch of great acts, and that's over at the Mod Club, so I'm really excited.
Now, did they approach you with these positions, or is it kind of just like a lottery system? You found out, hey, I'm opening up, and then, hey, I'm opening for Scott Weiland?
Well, I think that the Horseshoe was actually through the Horseshoe. They treat us really well there. That's like our home turf. We played there so many times. We're going to have our album release party there in July, so I'm very excited for that. But no, we actually got sponsored by Jim Beam not too long ago, and I guess Jim Beam sponsoring the Scott Weiland show. You know, rock and roll and bourbon go hand in hand, so
absolutely.
One thing leads to another, and yeah, we're going to be playing.
Well, all these things kind of seem to be happening for you very quickly. Was it you being very active and reaching out to these people, or was it just kind of people were interested in what you have to offer?
A little bit of both. Right? It's all about, you know, going out, meeting people, especially during a festival like Canadian Music Week. It's a great time to do it. We have a great team. So, yeah, we work hard and hope for the best. That's all you can really do, right?
Mm-hmm. Now, you mentioned your release party is going to be at the Horseshoe. Mm-hmm. When exactly is that?
I can't say because it hasn't been booked in, hasn't been penciled in officially, but it will be mid-July.
All right, well, let's talk a little bit about your album that you're going to be releasing. Tell me a little bit about it first.
So we did an EP. We did half it in Toronto. We did half it in Nashville. So we worked with Alex Bonenfant in Toronto, and you know, Alex has done some great work with July Talk and Crystal Castles, and we did a couple great songs, including the single that's out now, Long Road Home. That's actually in rotation nationally, which we're really excited about. And then for the second half of the album, we went down to Nashville to work with a producer named Vance Powell. And it was really a treat to work with Vance, because Vance has done Kings of Leon stuff, he's done Jack White, he's done The Dead Weather, he's done pretty much everything I like. So to go in there and work with such a legend was awesome. You know. Did
you work at Third Man Records the whole time? Because I noticed that you recorded Long Road Home there.
Yeah, no, we didn't actually. I just, you know,
just the one
I popped in and we did in that really cool booth they have in the front. So I always wanted to do it, and I was in Nashville, so I was like, yeah, but we worked out of Vance's studio. Okay. So Vance has his own studio, and this crazy desk, like he has this crazy desk. It was actually Hans Zimmer's before.
What?
Right, so I go in there, he's like, you like that desk? And it's just kind of the guy like Vance is, right? He likes to name drop. Mm-hmm. So he's like, you like that desk? I'm like, yeah. He's like, Lion King was mixed on that. And I was like, that's so awesome.
That's so cool. And it adds so much more character, I guess, to creating an album as opposed to just going into a room.
No, and Nashville has so much history, right? Like, you get to walk by the studio that Elvis recorded Heartbreak Hotel in, where Chet Atkins was the head engineer, and you're just like this little building here, like, just crazy amount of history. And the town itself's great. It's we wanted to be a part of it, and we wanted to record in Nashville because I believe that, similar to the grunge scene in the early 90s, so grunge was kind of pushed on by the pop music of the 80s, and I think that there's a resurgence happening of real rock music, and I think it's happening based in Nashville. You know, the records that are getting cut there right now are just raw, you know, like you have groups like Jack White, you know, the White Stripes, Black Keys, Rival Sons, Red Fang, all these huge, monstrous sounding recordings are being done in Nashville, and it's almost a response to, I guess, what traditionally Nashville would have been, which was, you know, Nashville was really the reason for manufactured music, starting in the 60s with country music, and now there's this, we just wanted to be a part of it. There's just this monstrous rock resurgence.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Did you find that there was something that really stuck with you from recording in Nashville? Something that you would have never have gotten here in Toronto?
Well, it's just, you know, it has its own vibe, right?
Yeah.
It feels a lot smaller than Toronto. We just had time. Like, it was just cool just taking everything in and, you know, being out of our environment. I feel like, you know, really attributed to what the record is now. And Vance has a way of pulling the best out of artists too, right?
Yeah.
So we cut everything live off the floor on the record. That's how we wanted it. We wanted it to be like the guys used to do back in the day. So you'll find no auto-tune, you know, no sampling, no triggers. Everything on that record was recorded with a microphone.
Is that the way you're used to doing it?
It's the way we love doing it.
Awesome.
It's the way we wanted to do it. You know,
Perfect.
It's like putting our stamp back on what we consider rock music to be.
Yeah.
You know.
And you said now that they kind of took you out of your comfort zone. What do you mean by that?
Well, we just weren't at home. You know, when we were recording in Toronto, like we're from here, right? So we wake
Right.
up, go to the same coffee shop, you know, kind of hop on the bus, get over there, you know, and it's nice and cozy. But when we were in Nashville, we cut 3 songs in 3 days, mixed day 4 and 5, and then we left on day 6.
Wow.
So it was nuts, you know.
Superhumans.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then we slept for about a week.
Much deserved, probably.
Yeah.
Was there anything in the recording process that you did completely, like, totally different from anything that you had ever done before?
Well, when you work with a guy like Vance, he likes to switch everything up, right?
Okay.
Like he's a very hands-on producer. So yeah, when we came there with about 9 songs that we had to narrow down to 3. And he picked the songs, and then he made them Vance. You know, he's like, you know, what you guys are doing is great, but why don't you try doing that and that and that? And I feel like he really put his stamp on this record, which I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's cool, and I'm excited for everyone to hear it. It's gonna be, you know.
As we all are right now. There's so much hype around you. Perfect. Well, if you had to choose a few songs from the album, not necessarily that are going to be your singles, but ones that you really personally like, what would they be?
So Long Road Home was the first song we recorded, and that's the single that's out right now.
Right.
So that was kind of my baby. We wrote it when I did a cross Canada tour last February. So we were just on the train. It was really inspiring. So we didn't have much else to do.
Playing to all the people on the train.
And it's cool because it was the Festival Express train, right? I forget what it was called. I think it was called the National. But it's the oldest train in Canada, and it's actually the exact same train that the band and Janis Joplin did a tour on back in the 60s.
That's wild.
And they haven't changed much, so it doesn't have Wi-Fi, naturally, right? So you're just kind of hanging out for 4 days with everyone, and we were the only source of entertainment. So
and it truly was a long road home.
it was, but sorry, I get back to the question.
No.
I got off topic a little bit. There's a song called Alcona Skies on the record, and it's like really the only, I guess you could say, ballad or B-side on the record, and it was just, it's my ode to small towns and just growing up in small towns. I'm from Toronto, but our bassist Bryan is from Alcona, and just, you know, listening to how he grew up, just kind of, I was always fascinated by the small town dynamic, and I finally got it into a song, so I'm excited for everyone to hear it.
Perfect. Mm-hmm. Crazy. Well, we are at Canadian Music Week,
And Canadian Musician.
Yes, we are Canadian Musician at Canadian Music Week. This is your first time being at the festival, or have you been here as kind of an observer before?
I've been here as an observer, yeah, the last 2 years. Just been kind of, you know, checking out the scene and stuff, going to all the summits. And
is it kind of surreal to be now on the, not necessarily other end of the spectrum, but still to be an artist at this festival and learning so much?
Yeah, I think, you know, just being in a band with an anticipated record is really the surreal part. Mm-hmm. This, you know, I'm at indie shows all the time, right? So just there's a lot more of them happening. So I've been around, I've seen some great acts, and I hope everyone's done the same and really just taken in what Canadian Music Week's all about, which I think is just, you know, meeting people in music and seeing some great bands.
Is there anyone specifically that you are interested in hearing speak, or any other bands that you really want to see?
I can't wait to see Scott Weiland tonight. Yeah, I can't wait. It could go, you know, one of...
plug.
Yes, it's a shameless plug. Okay, let's get that out of the way. You know, I've been doing that all week. But, no, it could really go either way, right? And another band I really wanted to see, but I won't be able to, is Rival Sons. They're, like, my favorite rock band on the planet at the moment. But, yeah, Scott Weiland's going to be either really entertaining or really great. And I really hope he brings his A game because he's a hero, right?
Right.
You want to see, you know.
Yeah.
You want to see
everyone do their all, right? Exactly. Now, finally, taking one last thing, what would you say to other artists or other industry professionals would be the best thing to do for Canadian Music Week?
Can I say come see my band? No, just get out and see some local music. Go meet people, go shake hands, go make friends, and, you know, get into trouble, make some lasting stories, and that's pretty much it.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming to talk to us.
Thanks for having me.
Keep tuned until we're allowed to know for the Luke Austin Band's next EP. All right, thank you very much. Beautiful.
Thank you.